Hi everybody, Lorraine here from Morris & Sons, and today I'm in the Sydney store with Tal,
Hi,
our yarn industry expert, and we're going to be speaking about all things Manos. And we're actually really happy to be in the Sydney store today because it's lovely and cool inside, roasting hot outside, but we're able to wear our knitwear, which is lovely. Tal, let's chat.
Hi,
Manos. What a
Lorraine.
great company. What can you tell us?
It is. Look, Manos has been in our company, I would say, for about 12 years.
Right, okay.
We first met them overseas in the big trade fair, and then my gorgeous brother Albert actually went to Uruguay to meet up with the actual owner of Manos.
Right.
And he felt that it was such a lovely company. They do beautiful things with the people that work for them. They look after them. It's fair trade. So he loved everything about them, and he also could see that they had just an incredible range of yarns from very, very thin lace weight to extremely chunky 20 ply.
Yeah, wow.
And all
okay.
colours and shades and grades in between. So we just have always been buying. They've always introduced new ranges. They've added new colours to some of their ranges. And all I know is there's a lot of Manos beautiful things wandering the streets.
It is such a stunning yarn, and what I really love are their values, because I know they were started as a cooperative with the idea that they really support and help rural women get the skills that they need to actually be independent. So they weren't looking to employ the women and pay them, they're actually like training them, which I know is something that our customers would really love.
Providing them with a skill that's ongoing and probably nurturing them also, and they take a lot of pride. And that shows you that every little label has the actual artisan that produced this yarn.
How wonderful is that?
Dyed this yarn.
So you've got the location and the artisan, the name.
And there is a story. If you look up the Manos del Uruguay website, you'll see their story, which is lovely. It's worthwhile having a look at to see who they are and what they do.
And the fibres that they work with are mostly
generally 100% merino. They add a little bit of mohair. Some of them have alpaca.
Silk.
Silk is in some of the yarn. So constantly mixing their fibres to produce something quite special. And quite a few of them are machine washable, which makes it really much easier to look after. But the ones that aren't, you just have to put a bit of care into, but they tend to be the ones with a little bit of silk in it.
Yes.
So it's a bit more, you've just got to be a bit careful with washing.
And I mean, the range that we carry at Morris & Sons is phenomenal. If you walk into any of our stores, you will see, but especially in the Sydney store, you see this massive wall of Manos, and it just draws you in straight away. The colours are absolutely gorgeous, and plies from 2 ply to...
They come from lace weight right up till about a 20 ply, which is the franca, which is used for really big chunky knits. Or people generally buy one skein and just do like a gorgeous beanie with it, or a big cowl, but you could sort of, with franca, you'd make something in a couple of nights. That's how good it is.
Nice. I love an easy project like that. Now, Tal, we have quite a lot of Manos ranges. It's very hard, I know, for me to pick my favourite. What's your favourite?
Well, I must say I have found that the Alegria, the reason it is my favourite is because for our climate, we don't really need anything that's too heavy. So it's classified as a fingering weight, and it is absolutely machine washable. So I've got a few friends that have made garments and jumpers and baby things with it, and they just wash and wear them, and they come out beautifully and lovely and light to wear. The Alegria has a tiny little bit of polyamide. It was originally designed for socks, but people realise that how gorgeous is this yarn, and why would you just do socks with it?
And look at those colours. Oh my God.
It's constantly used. The most popular is if you're making a Stephen West shawl, whatever, you've got all these amazing colours to choose from. Generally mix and match it. You can mix it up with a bit of mohair, but it just knits up beautifully, and there's about 400 metres in each hank. They do come with a range of they call them semi-bold colours, and these have a little bit of a light dark thing happening in them. So when you are making a garment, if you don't want it to be too obviously dramatically different, you tend to use a couple of rows of each hank, so it just blends it a bit, so you're sort of blending it up to just
So this is when you're changing from one skein to the next one. You will see an obvious.
They never do dye lots, so what you do when you're choosing a garment, you choose a few hanks that look very similar, and then you do that, break it up a little bit, so otherwise you might get like quite a dramatic line. But what people do is mix up the bold with the variegated, so you get these amazing sort of mixes of shades, and they're just full of colour. The Alegria does beautiful, even those neons. They do these beautiful bright neons, but then they do these gorgeous subtle.
Yeah.
So the Alegria would be my favourite. Then they brought out, because Alegria was so popular, they brought out a range called Alegria Grande, which is like a 10/8 ply. You can mix it up a bit. That's again what's lovely. You just change your needle size. And the Alegria Grande is again 100% washable, superwash, and it comes with the bold and then the variegated. So you've got a lovely color. And people tend to use this for lots of garments because it's very cozy and squishy and warm and soft, but it's also very durable. So lovely to use.
And we actually use Alegria Grande for our sock class because it's a nice beginner yarn for anyone that's starting off socks for the first time. It's not too fine, but it gives you a really gorgeous,
and it's lovely and soft.
sock.
It just feels like a lovely sturdy yarn, but it's also soft. So they've really done a lovely job with that. And then my third choice would be the Fino. Fino is a very special yarn. It's just got this lovely silk through it, 30% silk. I think there's about 450 meters. So one will do you like a Picot scarf that Lorraine is wearing. That's one of our patterns. Again, that has a mix of tones in it. So stunning yarn, very soft and beautiful, but it is one that you do need to hand wash only because having the silk in that could make it shrink a bit. But also beautiful colours.
Yeah, this one's gorgeous. It's
just
very
looks
subtle
lovely and lovely on your hands when you're knitting it, and that's also a fingering weight. So highly recommended.
Now, Tal, I thought it would be nice to talk about the scarf that I'm actually wearing at the minute. I know it's one of our most popular patterns.
It is. We've run out of that gorgeous colour, but it is on its way.
Okay.
So it's one of our.
But we have heaps of other colours you can choose from.
I think there's about 40 or 50 colours in the range. So starting from very pale, soft to really bright, gorgeous pinks and.
Let's take it off and take a look at it.
One skein will make this Picot scarf.
Oh, so fantastic.
400, I think it's 450 meters.
Yeah.
So it just goes on and on and on. But the beauty of this scarf is you can actually use any of the Manos yarns. You just get a slightly thicker, slightly
That's what
thinner.
I love about an accessory, okay? You don't have to stick to the gauge, do you?
Yes,
you can make it any way that you want.
You can make it for a guy and do it in a big, strong blue colour.
Yeah,
whatever.
lovely.
Yeah.
And where can our customers get this pattern?
This pattern is one of our own patterns, and it's called a Picot edge scarf, and you can get it on the website or just come into any of the stores. We all have it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's available in all the stores.
And Tal, I've got this beautiful yarn here, Milo, which is 65% merino, 35% linen. Tell us about this.
It is quite a special yarn. If you want something that's a little bit sturdier, it doesn't have this softness. It's quite sturdy, almost heathery, so some people could use it as almost like a felted yarn effect. Knits up beautifully, feels quite coarse, but once you knit it up, somehow it just gets really soft and quite a little bit
dry.
fluffy.
It's got quite a dry handle, which I like for our climate.
Yeah,
it's hand wash.
But to be honest, with woolen garments, you don't really need to wash them that often.
No.
Just every so often you air them out a bit, and if you really, some people will dry clean them once a year and store them away.
Absolutely.
But it is a good, for Sydney climate, it's probably quite nice because it's very warm and cozy, but not heavy.
And I was chatting to Maddie from our Melbourne store, and she actually made this Stockholm vest by Petite Knits in Milo, and she loves it. So we actually have that available as a bundle
and it comes
on our website.
In the tones that they call it the space dyed range. So that's those ones over there.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then there's just the bold range. But the colour stays quite uniformly in this range, so it works out, it knits beautifully.
It's uniform, but it's got depth to it. It's not a solid colour.
Is it 350 metres? I think each hank has 350 metres.
350 metres,
It goes quite a long way. Yeah.
Nice. I love the shawl that you're wearing today, Tal. What pattern is that?
It's absolutely lovely and really comfortable to wear. It's the Shadow Shawl. What Manos does is they put a lot of patterns on their website, Manos and Fairmont fibres. So there's many patterns to knit and crochet, and I think they're constantly adding more patterns. So this is one of their free patterns, and it's made in this Serena, which is made up of baby alpaca and cotton. So it just feels beautiful to hold and to knit with. We're sort of out of this colour, but there's many other combinations.
So many to choose from, isn't there?
You can use
I love the idea of
two,
putting the chartreuse or the gorgeous.
But very lovely to knit, not too difficult, and just beautiful for this sort. Again, wonderful just to pop on when you need something just over your shoulders, or but looks quite classy with that lovely ridged effect on it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
nice.
Very effective.
So here on the table towel, we've got a collection of stunning yarns. I know one of them is your favourite, Alegria. One of them is absolutely my favourite, Kidsilkhaze. I love knitting with this. We had a great sample of a cardigan called the Elton cardigan.
Did. Yes, it was.
What happened?
By Joji Locatelli, and I think we did it in a beautiful, I think the colour was called Bilberry in Alegria.
It was a stunning
blue.
But
unfortunately they discontinued that colour. But to be honest, it didn't really matter because customers are still making it and absolutely loving it. And you can use, as long as it's one of the Alegria colour ranges, and your Kidsilk mohair. And now that Kidsilk mohair have so many new colours in the range, it's so easy to choose a little combination.
Absolutely.
Some people do quite a dramatic difference.
Yep. Or you
and
can keep it tonal.
The Elton jumper, I think, on Ravelry is been done by thousands of people. So there's the Elton cardigan, the Elton jumper, and a few others. So she's a wonderful designer.
I think it's a winning combination. It's just a perfectly sized stripe.
Yes, one of my customers, I think she made it for about 5 of her friends.
Really?
Her daughter got one, her auntie, her sister's making one. Her mum actually bought our sample.
Oh, fantastic. So that's where it went.
Yes, so we can always borrow it. But it is just, it's not, I'd say it'd probably be for the intermediate knitter. There's a few little tricks, German short rows, etc.
Yeah.
But it is just one of those things you throw into your bag, and when you need something light, take it with you travelling, whatever, it's warm, it's light, and it's just comes out beautifully.
Yeah, and quite a timeless style, I think. I mean, you're always going to, if you have something like that in your wardrobe, you're always going to wear it.
And Jojo initially did a little cropped cardigan, but then she could see so many people loved it so much, so she produced a longer version of that cardigan, and also just recently a jumper.
Perfect.
So already on her website. Yeah, on Ravelry. Thanks for watching us today on our chat. Please follow us on our Morris & Sons YouTube channel.
And if there's anything you'd like us to chat about, let us know by leaving a message in the comments below. Thanks very much. See you soon. Actually really happy to be in the Sydney store today because it's We'd like to see you in store soon. Oh, can I do that again? Because I didn't like the would like to. Oh, stop it. Take 50.
Morris & Sons YouTube channel, and Lorraine. I can't do it.
Leave a message in the comments below. And thanks.
See you next time.
Oh, I see. I